So for number 1, what is the answer you guys got? A, C. So you've got A is here, C and B. Okay, do you guys agree with what he did? All right, so let's first, what's the first step we have to do? We got to find the third angle, right? 73 is given, 33 is given, so this would be 74. One thing you guys need to remember is always underline how they want you to list it. So this one is longest to shortest. So the longest side is opposite to 74. So this is going to be the longest. This is medium, and this is the smallest. So ACB would be correct, right? All right, number 2. Okay, I'm trying to get it. All right, let's do it from the computer then. So number 2 is kind of the same, but now it's asking you about the angles. So, and smallest to largest is what you have to do. So make sure you pay attention to this one. Smallest to the largest. So you look at the smallest side is what? The smallest side is PQ. Across from it is going to be the smallest side. So you're going to have R. Then next would be Q and P. Very good. So always look across the opposite side to find the angle. Number 3, they did not give you the triangle, so you can draw your own triangle and label it any way you want it, A, B, C. But make sure when you're labeling it, AB is given to be 42, so make sure you put 42 for AB. BC is 20. And the question is, what would be the length of AC? It doesn't matter. You can change it. Yeah, you can have it as A, B, C. Still, AB would be 42. And AC would be 20. And this is still X. So don't get, confused about where is the A, where's the B, where's the C. It doesn't matter where you put it. So, but I'm trying to find what are the possible length of AC. So what do I need to do? You what? No. Pythagorean theorem if it's a right triangle. They didn't tell you it's a right triangle. It's just a regular triangle. So what would be the possible length of the third side? You add and subtract. Come on, guys. Triangle inequality. So we have to do 42 plus 20 gives you 62, right? And 42 minus 20 gives you 22. So X would be between 22. So X is less than 20. 22 is less than X. So you have to put 22 less than X less than 62. So X is going to be between the two. It can't be 22 or over, or less, or 62 or above 62. So it needs to be like 22.5, 22.3, anything past 22. So what are your option here that is between 22 and 62? Come on. 42, right? 50 and 32. There's nothing 62 or 70 or 22. We can't use those. So you have to, no, we can't do 22 or 62. Remember, it doesn't have the equal sign on it. So make sure you do 22 is less than X less than Y. So this is the same thing as number 3. So what do I need to find the range? We add and subtract, right? So 15 plus 13 and 15 minus 13. So which one range has 15 plus 13 and 15 minus 13? A. What is 15 plus 13? 28. 15 minus 13 is 2. So it's going to be between 2 and 8, 28. That's how we get those numbers. Because you got to add and subtract. All right, so number 5 is one of the hardest questions. Well, it was a bit different. No, no. The two, remember, every time you're talking about triangle inequality, the two smallest one need to be greater than the third side. And every time you're looking for a missing side, you add and you subtract. Okay, that would give you the minimum number, that would give you the maximum number. So the x is between the two numbers. All right, number 5. All right, number 5. What do you think is the answer? Side, side, side? Can't be side, side, side because nothing. The only thing you know is AC is congruent to BD. That's one side you know. Those are the only congruent one. And knowing that AB is perpendicular to this, that's a 90-degree angle, right? And you also, since these two lines are parallel, this is also going to be perpendicular because it's given to you this line is parallel to this one. And they both share what? BC as a line, right? So if I separate the two, ABC, ABC is this triangle here. ABC is going to be this triangle. And the next one is DBC. DBC is this triangle. So they both have the hypotenuse to be congruent, and they share a common side here. So what would be the answer? Hypotenuse, like 90-degree, and then you have H and L to be congruent. All right, number 6. And in this case, they're asking you to plot on the grid. The coordinate of the value of the vertices of MLK are given. Plot point N that would make MLK, which is this, congruent to MLMN. So I'm trying to find, so I'm still going to use this piece, N, M. I'm using either down or I can even use it up. It doesn't matter which way you go. But you have to make sure KL, the distance from K to L, this two needs to be the same from M to N. So I need to know what's the distance from K to L. 1, 2, 3, right? So I went up 3. So I have a choice to go up 3 or to go down 3. So I can go up 3, 1, 2, 3. So my N can be right here, which is 1 and 7. That's one option I have. Or I can go down 3, 1, 2, 3, which can be 1 and 1. So you can either have a triangle that looks like this, or you can have a triangle that looks like this. So this would be the triangle. So you can have it like this, or you can have it like this. So your two options for N can be 1 and 7 and 1, 1. So just remember, since the ML is the same for both, the only one that's different is the K and the N, but the length from LK is the same as MN. So I can find LK by counting 3 units up. So I can go up 3 units or down 3 units will get me to where my new location is for N. All right, number 7. What value of M and N makes STW congruent to XYZ? So how would I solve for N? I think that's probably the easy one to do, right? Because they're talking about the angles. So you're trying to solve for M first? Okay. So if you're going to take M plus 7, which is TW, right? So TW needs to be congruent to YZ. YZ is 11. So just make sure you are making the corresponding angles congruent to each other. So I can put M plus 7 equals to 11. And then I can solve for M. M equals to 4. Good job. And for n, I can t and y are congruent, right? So t is 77, y is, so these two are going to be congruent, is n plus 53. So you can set those equal to each other because it's given the two segments are congruent. So you'd have to do minus 53, minus 53. N would be what? 24. So n is 24, and m is 4. That's all you have to do. And you just grab it from here and just slide it. All right, number 8. So this is another one. You have to click and drag and each select reason to the correct box. So the easy one would be which one? How is 4 the easy one? That's after you find this. The easy one is this, right? Reflexive. So that's going to be a reflexive property. So you put a reflexive here. Now, you wanted to, they're talking about TSR. TSR, which is this angle, is congruent to QRS. QRS, which is this angle. So, is it base angle of an isosceles triangle? Corresponding part of congruent triangle? So those are the two reasons. So which one would you pick? There's nothing parallel for you to pick corresponding. For it to be corresponding, it needs to be angle 1 here and the other one here. Base angles is what you have. And so I have an angle. Is it side angle or angle side angle? Side angle side. You have two sides and an angle. So it's going to be side angle side is what you pick. Okay. All right. Say select two relation that would prove that PRT is similar to QRS by angle side is what you have to do. Okay. So SAS is what I have to use. And the two triangles I'm trying to prove to be similar are PRT, that's the one triangle. And the second one is QRS, is the other one I need to prove that they are similar. And I need to use side, angle, side. So one of the angle that I have without them telling me is they both have R as the reflexive property that are common for both of them. So I need two sides in this case. So that's one of them. So that's R. So that's one of them that you guys can pick. And I need two sides. So what are the two sides that needs to be proportional? So I'm not even going to worry about the other one. So I'll read out, he said D. PQ. The minute you did this, then you're ignoring this, the big triangle. So you can't do PQ. You have to do big triangle over small triangle, or vice versa. So PT. So let's look at. So it's not going to be this one. He said F. F. Okay, let's try F. F is PR, which is PR over QR. That is proportional. Over TR, which is the whole thing, over SR. So you can pick this. We can't pick this one because the side angle side, the two sides that we're picking need to include the R. And this one does not include the R, so you have to pick F and A as your answer. Any question? All right, number 10. This is also another, I feel like an easy question, but it might take a little bit longer to do it. So just take your time as you guys working on this one. If two triangles are similar, what do you know about their sides? The sides congruent or proportional? Proportional, right? So I have to make sure if the scale factor of each is the same. So what I will do is I'll list my side least to greatest. So least to greatest is 10.5, 18, and 21 is what I have. So for me to find the rest of them, they give you different choice. So I'm going to check, and it might be more than one answer. So you might have to check all that applies. So the least in this case is 6, then 7. Uh-oh, no, the least is what? So sorry about that. 2.5, right? So 2.5, 6, and 7. So I want to check if this ratio gives me the same decimal. So what I will do is I'll open up my calculator. I put 10.5, 10.5 divided by 2.5, and I got 4.2. Then I will do the next one, which is 18 divided by 6. I got 3. So are they going to be proportional? Do I need to continue? No. So once I know one of them is not proportional, I can cancel that out. Then I'm going to do the next one, which is 14, 7, and 12. So for this one, I will put 7, the smallest. Then 12 is the next medium size, and the 14. So I'll open up my calculator again and do the same thing. So I put 10.5 divided by 7 gives you 1.5. So I'll do 18 divided by 12. That gives you 1.5. Then you do 21 divided by 14, which gives you 1.5. So are they all proportional? They give you the same scale factor, right, Barakat? All right. So then you have to pick this one as your answer. But it might be more than one answer. So continue to work out the other problem so that if it is more than one answer, then you know select each set of numbers that could represent the side length M and O. So you might be more than one answer. So you have to pick 2 or 3 of them. So do it the same way we just did. All right, number 11 says plot a point on the grid. So that's what it's given. I think this is the one what you have on the answer sheet, and here there's a match. So we'll just work from this screen to make it easy. The coordinate of the value of the vertices is B, C, A are integers. Plot D that makes BCA and ACD similar to each other. So we just went over similarities. We know the ratio, the sides are going to be proportional, right? So I'm going to use this to create my proportional statement. So I'll put BC over, Ibrahim, BC over what? AC, good job. It's going to equal to CA over CD equals to BA over AD. So this is my ratio. Okay, I don't know ACD, but I know BCA. So what is the ratio of BC? What's the length of BC? 2, right? So the scale factor is 2 over AC is what? 4, right? That's what we have. CA is what? 4 over CD. I don't know what CD is because I'm trying to find what D is. And BA, that's my hypotenuse. So I don't need to worry about this one because all I need to know is find where D is. So if I wanted to have 2 over 4 to be congruent to 4 over 5, what should be the length of CD? 8. So CD need to be 8. Good job. So CD need to be 8. I already have C, right? So I can go right 8 or left 8. Doesn't matter which way. To make it easier, I'll go this way so that my triangles would not overlap. So since I know CD need to be 8, I'm going to start here, count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where I'm going to plot it. So D would be where? 6 and 6. So I'm going to connect this with my line. So I'm still going to use this as one of my sides, CAD. So I have ACD is similar to BCA. So the line you're going to point is going to be this one. So, it takes a little bit more thinking. It's not like, you can clearly see it. You have to do the ratio, and you have to do the scale factor of CA over CD. It's 4 over something. We don't know what that is. But if it needs to be similar to this one, this has to be 2 times 2 gives you 4. So 4 times what? 4 times 2 has to be 8. So that's what you have to pick. So this one is, I think, where it gets a little bit more difficult. All right, number 12, identify 3 segments like that could form a right triangle. So for it to form a right triangle, it has to satisfy this equation, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So in this case, what do we have? What do you have? 5, 12, and 13. So 5, 12, and 13. And when you do 5 squared plus 12 squared, it gives you 13 squared. Good job. All right, number 13. So this one is a little bit difficult, but because the answer you're going to be getting is going to be in decimal form, but what they give you is in a simplified square root, but you can still find it. All right, let's move on. Okay, so let's just do this part. So I need to find the height of the biggest height. Then I can find the smallest height. Then I need to subtract it. So this is given to be 60. This is 16, and I can find this. So which trig ratio helps me to solve this? So I'm going to circle my angle and label what I'm looking for, which is the opposite side, and the hypotenuse is given. So it's going to be sine, right? So sine of 60 is opposite over hypotenuse. So when you solve for x, 16 times sine, sine 60. So make sure you always check your mode is in degree. So this one wasn't in a degree mode. So I have to make it sure it's in degree mode. Then I'll put 16. Always put the number first. 16 sine 60. And that will give you 13.85. So x is 13.85. So looking at the numbers that they give you, it's kind of hard to tell which one is 13.85 by looking at the choices they gave you. So just, they gave you 8 square root of 2, right? One of them. That's 11.3. Then the other one is 8 square root of 3. That'll give you 13.85, which is similar to this one. So I know it's going to be one of the two answers. I know it's not going to be this one. It's going to be one of the two. Because the highest it can be is going to be 8 square root of 3, or 13.85. Then I need to find the length from here to here. So then I can use my 45 degree. This is the opposite side, which is x, and this is the hypotenuse. And again, I can use sine of 45 equals opposite. So let's label it as y so that you guys don't get confused. So y over 10 square root of 2. Then I'll just cross multiply. So my calculator, I'll put, let me clear it up. So 10 second square root of 2 times sine 45 is what I have. And that will give me 10. So in this case, y would be 10. So the choice is a squared root of 3 minus 10, or 8 squared root of 2 minus 10 squared root of 2. The right answer would be B. So when you have two triangles overlapping, or when two triangles are given, don't panic and just say, oh, I don't know this, and just pick an answer. See if you can separate those triangles and see if you guys can solve them. Okay? That way it makes it easier for you guys to solve. All right, number 14. All right, a right triangle is shown. So I think 14 and 15 is based on, 13 was based on right triangles, your Pythagorean theorem, SOHCAHTOA. So this is what I have. A right triangle is shown. All right, number 14 is another right triangle problem. Anybody got the answer? No. So circle the angle, or what is the answer? All right, let's see B is the right one. So circle the angle you're looking for. This is the opposite side, and this is the hypotenuse. So which trig ratio has OH? Sine, right? Sine of x is 25/52. So when you're looking for the angle, when the angle is not given, when you go to the calculator, you have to do what? You have to use the inverse function, which is all you do is second sine. It gives you that negative sign, and you put the ratio 25/52. And you close parentheses, it gives you, so the answer is 28, and you are correct. 28 point something, which is close to 21. Thank you, Noah. 29 degrees. 28 point something is what you get. So remember, when the angle is not given, make sure you use the inverse function. Second sine, second cos, or second tangent. All right, the last problem for this is number 15. Again, they gave you an angle, 52, and you label what is given. So 4.5 is what side? The adjacent side, and x is your hypotenuse. So which ratio has AH? Cos. Very good. So we're going to do cos of 52 is adjacent, which is 4.5 over x. So remember what we said, when the variables at the denominator, those two swap places. So x comes outside. You have 4.5 divided by cos 52. So in the calculator, I'll put, what is it, 4.5 divided by cos 52. And you'll get 7.3 as your answer. So 7.3 would be the answer. And sometimes when you see a problem like this, since one of the side is given to be 4.5, you know the hypotenuse have to be larger than 4.5, right? So you know for sure you can eliminate this too. But if you have to guess, you know, at least guess, you get 50% chance of getting it right. Before we end this video, I just wanted to give you a quick reminder when it comes to SOHCAHTOA or sine, cosine, tangent. In your formula sheet, it's already given to you, you know, information. So they gave you, I think it looks like this, and they put theta here. I think they put z, y, and x. And they wrote down sine is y over x, y over z, I'm sorry. And cos is, cos of theta is x over z. And tan of is y over x. They already gave you this. So when you get your formula sheet, what I want you guys to do is go ahead, substitute the y with the opposite, because that's opposite from your angle. This is z is the hypotenuse, and this is your a. So here, write down OH. Here you write down AH. Here you write down OA before you start taking the test. You know, replace this number on your formula sheet so that as you go work through the problems, you don't need to remember when you're nervous, you know, or when you're tired, because you're going to take 60 questions